You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole. And Michael C., thank you so much for your Patreon membership request and for bringing something new down the rabbit hole. I'm a metal fan, but for some reason I have never heard of this band yet. And the band itself is called Behemoth. And the song today is Ora Pro Nobis Lucifer. Ooh, this is with some lyrics too. Michael, thank you so much for this request. I'm very excited to get into Behemoth because they are one of the juggernauts. I just never have listened to them yet. And you have an awesome write-up here, so we all know what we're about to get into. Okay, it is finally time that you have introduced another one of your favorite bands, Behemoth. They are black and death metal from Poland. Wow, okay, this is interesting. This style of music focuses less on the flashy solos, though they do make appearances here and there, and more about making an incredible atmosphere in a wall of sound. Headed by lead guitarist, vocalist, and songwriter Nergal, Behemoth embraces blasphemy in any form to decree Christian oppression and hypocrisy. Which in Poland, I know there's a lot of that. So now that I know there's a metal band in Poland, that would have to be in there. Poland is a country with Christian laws still in effect, and Nergal actually got into some legal trouble in 2010, facing down their arcane blasphemy law for tearing up a Bible on stage in 2007. The charges were initially dropped, but he was returned to court again in 2012 and found guilty of offending religious feelings and intentionally insulting the Holy Bible, and he faced up to 2 years in prison. An appeal led to the charges being dismissed due to being beyond the statute of limitations. Makes me glad we live in a country with free speech. That is crazy to think all of that background, and no wonder there's even more real personal vendetta even in there and almost proving their points of the religious hypocrisy at that time when you want free speech and you want to then put someone into prison because they want something gone, because free speech also is via not saying something, right? But anyway, Behemoth is one of the best known death metal bands, and they had a smash hit by extreme metal standards in their 2014 album, The Satanists. I actually thought this band was a lot older, so to know there's like 2014s with one of their best smash hits, incredible than Satanists. So the album covers a Satanist ritual and worship. It is from this album I make my song request, one of my favorites, Ora Pro Nobis Lucifer. Ora Pro Nobis is a Latin phrase which means pray for us, and it's commonly used in Catholicism as an appeal to Mary. Here it's a call to Lucifer instead. Behemoth loves to twist holy texts against their devotees. I've gone on too long enough. Go listen, and I hope you enjoy. I mean, I love that, and I love the challenge also looking into that, and the hypocrisy of so many religious people. It's astronomical, but there's really hypocrisy in all forms of life. So I'm very excited to see what the metal giants of Behemoth are all about. And though this is not live, at least this lyric video is going to bring the lyrics to life, and you can see an incredible picture here of what they actually look like, hopefully in their stage presence as well. So this is the perfect blend for me. I'm excited for this. Pray for us, Lucifer. Uh-oh! You hear the drummer? Oh, I love these vocals. I must admit, this is heavy, incredible, very melodic even too. I must admit, I'm loving the singing. I thought it would be more death and dark, where it would be a bit more muddy, but it's such a clean mix, to be honest. And since it's like 2010s and onwards, it makes sense that it's even more clean, because that's really the only dark black metal that I've really only heard is from like the 80s and 90s. So it's nice to hear new black metal, because Behemoth is incredible and the lyrics here are impeccable. It's even just talking about what Lucifer was, at least in their eyes, to what they did to humans and like what their role were. So he's the one who conducted that serpent. Main player. That's why they want to pray for us, Lucifer. Oh. And that's an actual thing to the Lord's Prayer right there, specifically. For thine is the kingdom and the power, for thine is the kingdom and the glory forever. Linga. I love the accents that the guitar does on this part too. Very atmospheric, isn't it? Doesn't need to be technical on crazy thrashiness. Impeccable. Ooh, you can hear like some mourning there. What a wall of sound, jeez. Yeah, what a drop. Nice bassist. Oh man, Azazel was brought into this. But the Enoch. Wow, they create a mood. How do you not headbang to this? They are not ashamed or bashful at what they're doing. Incredible metal here. Yeah, there's a conductor of the music too, isn't he? Jeez, that's incredible. Wow, what a wall of sound, like you said, Michael. Jeez. That was an experience and an incredible lyric video to be able to capture everything being said. And I love when they're able to blend in like the Latin and all that with it too. And man, that was just, it was honestly memorable. I haven't heard something that clean and heavy in a long time. And I'm just so happy that the growls and the singing there was at top notch, because a lot of the times with black and death metal, that's what kind of kept me away from it. I like my growls, but I need to be able to understand kind of what they're saying. So he already has a cleaner growl than I'm used to in this genre, but then also with that lyric video that really helped in the full context of what this band's all about. They're from Poland. There's very strong Christian religious laws in Poland still that I didn't think were that opposed for that, because I know at least with the Quran, I've heard of stories like that a lot, but I haven't really heard of places like in Poland where the Bible itself, if you burn it, you're gonna go to jail. So that was shocking for me to know, and even the band member himself went through that. So to have that background knowledge, then to hear these lyrics, you hear a lot of bands that kind of, just have these lyrics, but they don't walk the walk. At least this band's walking the walk, and they're going through the hypocrisy themselves in their own country. So there's a bit of more credibility to even that power that comes from this performance. And it really is a powerful performance. And I really loved everything about it. And I think the thing that stood out the most for me musically was the two guitarists. And I thought the rhythm guitarist really was throwing in the more thrashy type of guitar riffs that I thought was just throughout the whole song. But because it was so quick, it was like tremolo picking, it sounded like. And that just kept a kind of buzz that was going through when he was singing. And then when the lead guitarist would come on after the singing would happen and the kind of slower dissonance moment would happen, then that really atmospheric guitar solos, which I would even call guitar solos, kind of came in. And you mentioned that Behemoth don't do many guitar solos, but this feels like a song that had some guitar solos, but then the wall of sound really came through with this, and you really understand it's a full experience and you can't escape it anyway. And that's what I love. Behemoth is definitely a band I would love to go see again. This was Ora Pro Nobis, Lucifer. Pray for us, Lucifer, because essentially Lucifer is thrown into humanism's big hero in a way. He's almost like an anti-hero, because there's almost a happiness to the mourning that it gave to God as well. And that's also part of the lyrics too, is God's mourning now because of the Lucifer's ability to catch to put the serpent into Eve, as you know. So I thought that was great because it has all that talking points to it. The music itself was incredible. This is maybe one of my favorite like black metal bands I can hear of the sound that I like. I mean, obviously the lyrics itself can sometimes be a bit like abrasive for someone like me, because you know what I say at the end of this. But that's even cool that Michael came and checked in to see if he could, because y'all put in anything you want, I can handle it. I like metal. All metal have never been to glorify the Christian God. Let's all be honest here. So at least Behemoth, they're honest about it. And that's why we're honest here, because we're a reaction channel. So thank you all so much for being here. Michael, I really appreciate this one. Bring me more Behemoth. I would love to see more. And if you all had a good time, please hit that like button on your way out and go support Behemoth if you enjoy them as well. We are now exiting the rabbit hole, folks. Peace and love. God bless you.